Alright, today we got this perfectly spotless C606 Corvette on the dyno. I guess it's been a couple different places, and primarily the issue at hand is I would consider it to be almost undrivable at low engine speeds. Does have big cam in it, so there's a little bit to be expected there, but I personally, there's no way I would ever want to drive this car the way that it was. We took it out on the road before, they dropped it off. So long story short, we're going to try and clean it up a little bit, hopefully, and get this thing running a little bit better. And here's the baseline numbers as the way it came through the door. Air feels a little bit kind of all over the place. It's pig rich down here. And it made 590 something on a dyno jet. So here's where we're going to start. Alright, about to make the first run after making some revisions. Going through the tune that was previously in it, basically changed everything. So might end up a little further out on the first few runs, but hey, let's see what happens. Still smokes pretty bad, but it didn't seem like it was nearly as bad as the first run. Tim Haynes is doing the tuning on this one remotely. He can go through these things a decent amount faster than I can, and he's been doing a bunch of cars here lately, and everything's been going really well. So we can get twice as many cars in and out, and I'm at the point where I really should start considering buying a second dyno. I really don't want to, and this shop here isn't set up for it. So maybe wherever I end up next, I can try and set up accordingly. Alright, basically the same thing, just a couple revisions. Much flatter air fuel curve. Idle's way more stable than before. Gonna knock out the full throttle stuff first, then we'll come back and do the drivability. Already drives so much better. Before it was like doing this. Here we go. I don't know why this thing smokes so bad. Pretty basic under the hood. This is our little tack adapter for the dyno. Just gives rock solid results every time. I love that thing. I'm not sure what we have for spark plugs in here, so I'm just going to take a look and make sure it's nothing goofy. Everything under the hood literally looks brand new. Gonna pull all the plugs out and re-gap them and put them back in and make a couple more runs. I doubt this camera will pick it up, but this plug's got some oil on it, so that's probably where the smoke's coming from. This is cylinder number 2. Maybe this is part of what's going on. So now that I've gapped and installed 7 out of the 8 plugs, just gonna pull them all back out and throw a new set of plugs in it. Alright, gonna try this again with the new plugs. It's interesting, the first run after swapping the plugs, basically all of the smoke out of the exhaust is gone. So I don't know if it's what was on the plugs. It was only on 2 or 3 of them. It looked like oil, but it was also in the thread, so I don't know if it's just like some watered down anti-seize. I don't know, it's a little different than normal, but new plugs, it all seems to be gone. Either that, or I don't think this thing gets driven much. Maybe it just kind of blew everything out that kind of builds up from sitting. But so far, so good. I'm gonna make another full throttle run now. Alright, content with that full throttle. That was kind of the least of the worries for what we're trying to do. So now that that's out of the way, we can spend some time on the low end stuff. So what I'm going to do now is set the dyno steady state at a real low RPM. I don't even know, maybe 1,000, 11, 1,200. I'll play with it once I get rolling. And basically I'm going to try and piss the car off down low. The way it was kind of before we got started, it was jerking and hesitating like crazy. So going to try and replicate those scenarios and either make sure that it went away or try to make it go away. Given the cam that it has, it might not go away entirely, but the objective is make it as good as we can. going basically from 0% throttle to 100% throttle. It holds the RPM like within 5 engine RPM. All right, everything seems to be pretty solid on this. I'll take it off the dyno. I'm not sure if I'll do it this afternoon or tomorrow morning, but take it off the dyno and just cruise up and down the street a little bit and make sure everything is okay. All in all, this went nice and smooth, and as long as it drives better out on the street, you know, cruising around, I'll be happy.